day.
These studies announce me honestly, put the seat back in the odyssey, prodigy, little mama wanna suck and to swallow me, wax ties. Where do we begin, ladies and gentlemen? I am your humble host, True and Living. This is the Check-In Report. Let me hit my bell one time, just for old time's sake. Baby, where did we go wrong? Today's topic: Keke Palmer files restraining order on her ex, Darius Jackson. She is alleging that he abused her, forearm smashes, backhanded, karate kicks to the sternum. She is claiming that she has been dealing with abuse from the man. She is looking for sole custody. Stop the record. We have to start this whole show with this whole Usher Keke Palmer moment. We have to start it here, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way else to start this. Like I said, I am your humble host, True and Living. Welcome to the Check-In Report. If you don't know, I'm here to tell you. Keke Palmer is now in the news after court documents came out where she is filing a restraining order on her ex-boyfriend, baby daddy, Darius Jackson. She is claiming that she dealt with abuse from the man, that he put the hands to all this time. I'm thinking this man, he doesn't have it in him. I'm thinking that he's probably dealing with abuse from her all this time. She's now alleging that he put the hands on her. And we're not condoning that. We're not condoning that behavior. But this is news to me, and I am here to ask the question, ladies and gentlemen, about this whole debacle, about this whole story. And this is my theory. Did Keke Palmer push that man to his point? Did she bring him to that conclusion where he felt like he had to put hands on her? Now, again, I'm going to say this again. We are not condoning it. We do not condone that. But I am here to ask the question, because let's just look at this picture. I'm going to put this picture back on the screen one more time. Was this the breaking point? Was this the breaking point? Him, seeing his wife, his baby mama, the girl he's trying to give the world to, on stage with Usher. Keke Palmer had the cakes out, dancing around. There goes my baby. There she goes. Did Keke Palmer indirectly or directly get this man to the point where he felt like he just had enough? He had enough of their antics. Think about it. It's a very, I think that my theory has legs to it, because not only was, this whole debacle, it started with this whole concert with her, dancing and perusing with Usher. Then Darius, he gets on Instagram. He chastises his wife. He chastises his baby mama and Keke Palmer. What does she do? She goes on a whole tour rebuking her boyfriend, clowning him. She's on stage talking about, I don't need a man. She's in the videos. She did a music video with Usher. She went on a whole PR tour, violating her boyfriend for feeling disrespected that she was on a stage with her cakes out, and allowing Usher to rub all on her, serenade her. The man felt disrespected. Was this the breaking point, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to talk about it, and we're going to get into this whole debacle here, because I think that theory has legs to it. And Keke Palmer needs to be called out for it. Now, let's get to the whole article here in regards to Keke Palmer filing a restraining order. Man, it got to the point where a restraining order had to be filed. So we have to talk about that. It's of critical importance. Keke Palmer files restraining order against Darius Jackson. Also, she is asking for full custody of their son, their newborn son. I don't know how old their son is. I think I heard somewhere that the son is 9 months years old now. Newborn son. She is looking for full custody. Shout out to Reese. I see you checked in, Reese. Shout out to Reese. Reese says Keke needs Reese. I don't know if you can handle Keke, man. She's the type of girl that, she likes to go to concerts and get rubbed up on by Usher. She's in this rapper's face, she's in that rapper's face. She wants to be free. She wants to, I don't know if you can handle her, Reese. I don't know. But, Keke Palmer files a restraining order against Darius Jackson, asks for full custody. This is where it's gone. Keke Palmer is seeking a restraining order against Darius Jackson and requesting sole custody of their 8-month-old child, Leotis. I hope I'm not butchering the name. Palmer, 30 years old, accused Jackson, 29, of abusing her multiple times over the course of their 2-year relationship in court documents filed on Thursday, November 9th, and reviewed by U.S. Weekly. Stop the record. Stop the record. Was this man pushed to the edge? In your opinion, Reese, you're in here. Was this man pushed to the? What was he pushed to the edge? Because I'm willing to throw the theory out there. I'm willing to throw it out there that the man possibly, quite possibly, because just like I said, you got to think. She went on a whole tour disrespecting this man. It started with the Usher concert, right? The Usher concert, pretty much, that was the beginning. That was the genesis of the whole moment. Then she goes on a whole tour disrespecting her man. She's on stage talking about, I don't need no man, right? She goes and do a video with Usher. She was in one of the new Usher videos, right? She did interview after interview, disrespecting and violating her man. Was this man pushed to the edge? Did he feel completely violated? Did he feel completely powerless by this woman that, pretty much made a mockery of their relationship, made, a spoof of his love and of how he felt about this woman? She's accusing that, he put the paws on her. Let me read that again. Palmer, 30 years old, accused Jackson, 29, of abusing her multiple times over a course of 2 years. But in a court document, let me scroll down. This is absolutely crazy. Palmer claimed that she has security footage from a November 5th incident in which Jackson trespassed into my house without my knowledge or consent and threatened her before lunging for my neck, striking me, throwing me over the couch, and stealing my phone. These are the things being alleged. She's alleging that he came in the house, kicked down the door, like Biggie Smalls, kick in the door, waving the 4-4. She's claiming that he kicked down the door, snatched the phone, threw her over the couch, hit her with the rock bottom. He put the people's eyebrow up. Hit her with the rock bottom. Stone Cold Stunner. Power bombs. Power drivers. Tombstone. This is what she's claiming. Was the man pushed to the edge? did he feel? Because that's what I'm running with. And this is all alleged. This is all alleged, ladies and gentlemen. This is all what I'm saying is alleged, that he was pushed to the point. Not because this is court documents now. Because we're dealing with court documents. Court documents are saying that he hit Keke Palmer with a rock bottom. So now we have to ask the question, because we can't, act coy to the situation. We can't turn a blind eye to the situation. We remember the whole PR tour. And if you don't remember, I'll play some of it, because I have the footage of her on stage telling the world that she don't need a man, cheapening the value of her boyfriend, cheapening the value of her baby daddy. Was the man pushed to the edge where he couldn't take it anymore? That's what I'm running with. She went on to allege that there have been many instances of physical violence with Jackson that included destroying my personal property, including diaries, prescription eyeglasses, throwing my belongings in the streets, throwing my car keys to prevent me from driving away, hitting me in front of our son, spewing profanities about me to our son, threatening to delete himself with a firearm if I left him. Now, we have to ask the question, because she's painting the theory, and we're gonna get into her we're gonna get into Darius's brother's because he wrote something on Twitter. He did delete it. I thought that was sucker. That was some sucker-ish. He should have just kept it up. Whatever he felt or whatever he felt like. We're gonna get into Darius's brother's thoughts, because he did write a little tweet out, and we're also gonna get to Keke Palmer's mama. Keke Palmer's mama had something to say. But what I'm seeing here and what I'm feeling here, and this is just my belief. This is just my belief. This is how I'm feeling at the moment. Was the man pushed to the edge? This sounds like a man, like a jealous lover. This sounds like a scorned man who brutally has his ego bruised. And like I said, she went on a whole PR tour. And if you don't believe me, I think I'm gonna play that real quick. Let me just play this footage real quick of just one moment. She went in interviews talking about the situation. She went and did the Usher video. Now, in my opinion, when she went and did the Usher video, that was just utter disrespectful. At that point, that's when I knew she had no respect for this man. She had no honor for this man. After the whole debacle, the man is mad. He's aggy that she went to an Usher concert and you're pregnant and you allowing that man to rub up on you. You're dressed provocatively. And what do? After your man let it be known to the world that he had a problem with that, what did she do? She went and did a music video with Usher. That was when I knew something there is critically wrong. She has no respect for this man. She has no honor for this man. This is the man that she has chose to lay down with and procreate with. And a lot of women, they like to cheapen the value. They like to say, well, listen, he ain't put a ring on it. He ain't marry me. But in reality, you laid down with this man and you thought it was fit for you to have a child with. So how is this man okay and qualified and quality enough for you to lay down and have a baby with? But just because he didn't put a ring on it, just because he didn't validate your selfish behind with a ring on your finger, you want to cheapen the value of that man. But let's play this video of her disrespecting her relationship with Mr. Darius. Let's play this one video, this one clip real quick.
Matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss, man. I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga. Only thing I need some back.
Now, listen. She's on stage, telling the world, I don't need a man. Shout out to Shotzi. Shout out to Shotzi. Way respect thy vintage. Shout out to you. Listen, she's on stage disrespecting this man, violating this man, Shotzi says he should just leave. I agree. But I mean, I believe that he really loved this woman. I believe that's why he never left. I believe he actually really does love this woman. He really did care for this woman. He had a real issue with this woman at a concert, pregnant. Not pregnant. I think she had the baby at that point. Yeah, she had the baby. I'm bugging. Not pregnant, but after she had the baby, dressed provocative at a concert. He had a real issue with that. This is the woman that you love. This is your baby mama. This is the girl you want to be with. She's dressed provocative at a concert. His heart sunk. His heart dropped. And for her to go on a PR tour, just look at this video. But she's saying, I don't need a man. All I need is cash. I don't need a man. She went on a whole tour disrespecting this man. Let's play this one more time.
Little booties matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss, man. I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga. Only thing I need is a bag.
I don't need a nigga. Only thing I need is cash. She disrespected that man. She violated that man. Shotzi says, I am so angry right now. That's not love. I agree. It's not love. But I'm going to say right now that it's not love on each side. Because if you really think about it, I believe Keke Palmer pushed this man. I believe she pushed him. She continued to push his buttons. And, respectfully, no disrespect to women, a lot of women don't want to take accountability, because what a lot of women are going to do, they're going to look at this story, right? When they look at this Keke Palmer story, this whole Keke Palmer Darius story, what they're going to circle on is the abuse. Because anytime a woman is being abused by a man, that's a critical problem, and all women can sympathize with that, because a lot of women have been in those destructive relationships. They've been in those toxic relationships, so they could sympathize with the Keke Palmer. But they're not gonna look at all the times she continued to push this man, and we're not gonna sit up here and condone what he did. I'm not. If it's true what he did, that was wrong for him, putting his hands on her, whatever he did, right? But we have to look at the mindset of this woman, taking it upon herself to hop on stage, disrespect her man, taking it upon herself to go and do a music video with Usher. She continued to push this man's buttons. We have to look at the whole story. Don't just zero in on the one moment. Okay, he kicked down her door. There was a domestic disturbance. There was some type of fight, some type of domestic abuse or whatever. We have to look at the whole story. Give the whole story context, because that's what I believe. I believe she pushed this man to his edge. Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all like this video make sure y'all like the content. Make sure y'all like what I'm saying, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all like this video. Nazinga Mbabe. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I hope I'm not butchering your name. You're saying, what is wrong with you? Please explain to me, why do you have a problem with what I'm saying? What am I saying that is wrong to your ears? Please enlighten me. I'm here. We got all night. Just let me know what you're having a problem with what I'm saying. Are you having a problem that I want Keke Palmer to take accountability for her actions? Are you having a problem that I want a woman to take accountability? I just want Keke Palmer to take an accountability. I am not going to be on this microphone and say that she deserved it. She did not deserve for her to be, if it's true that he did abuse her. She did not deserve it. I'll say that right now. But we have to talk about her pushing his buttons. We have to talk about her taking accountability. She hopped in a music video with Usher, pushing his buttons. She went on a PR tour, disrespecting him and violating. Are we gonna, put that in context into what happened? Or are we just gonna say Darius Jackson is just some wild, rambunctious caveman that clubbed her over the head and dragged her off? Like, what? We gotta put context to what we're talking about here. I think that's of critical importance. So that's what I'm talking about here. Shout out to Reese. Shotzi says they are going to kick his behind. Trust. Keke is Hollywood's darling. And you also say no. His problem is his ego. Man's ego is his downfall. Listen, does Darius have somewhat of an ego problem? I would say yes. I agree with you, Shotzi. I agree. I do think he does have an ego problem. But we have to also look at what pushed him. Because, yeah, okay, he has an ego problem. He needs to calm down his ego. But what about Keke Palmer's ego? Why does she decide to go on stage and tell the world that she don't need a man while she's in a relationship? Why does she find it okay? She knew that her boyfriend had a problem with her being at an Usher concert dressed provocatively, right? So why does she go and do a music video with Usher? At a certain point, we have to look at Keke Palmer and say, you're kind of pushing this man's buttons. Like I said, she didn't deserve to get hit. She didn't deserve to go through a domestic, issue or whatever, right? But we have to look at what she's doing, because what she's doing is very mentally manipulative. What she's doing is very much pushing the buttons. What she's doing is very much foul to that man. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to go through it. Now, let's go to Darius Jackson's brother. He did write a tweet that we have to, now I want to put this in context because this is Darius Jackson's brother. His name is Sarunas Jackson. Sarunas Jackson. This was a tweet that he put out. He did delete this tweet. So I want to put that in context as well. He did delete this tweet. So he did write it, then he deleted it. Now this is what he wrote. The most disgusting, vile, abusive, manipulative person I have ever encountered in my entire life. Abuses almost everyone. Y'all will see it. Just send positive energy to the babies. Any child in the middle of something like this does not deserve it at all. Wow, so damn sad. So he's throwing, he's putting it out there right now. I just want y'all to realize this. Now, he did delete this. So I want to put that in context. He did delete this, but he is throwing it out there that Keke Palmer is manipulative, that Keke Palmer is abusive. Look, he says the most disgusting, vile, abusive. He's claiming in this tweet here that he did delete, because if we're gonna put this to the whole evidence pile here, we have to focus on that. He's claiming that Keke Palmer is abusive. He's claiming that Keke Palmer maybe have, put hands on him, hypothetically, that it may have happened. Shotzi says, nope, he raised his hands. He done. And you also say, this is why you don't date down. Problems. Date your equal. Listen, I don't think it's a problem dating down. I have to say that. Why is it a problem to date down? When men date down, women don't have a problem. When a high value man, a man that's a millionaire, that runs a Fortune 500 company, if he goes into McDonald's and he thinks that one of the cashiers is cute, of age, of course, and he gets her number and he winds up wifing her, women don't have a problem with that. But why do women frown upon, pulling up a man that's, not as, financially stable as them? Men do it all the time. Men pull women up that are not, financially stable, that are broke, that come from broken homes, and they give them an opportunity to get out, to do better for themselves. Why do women frown upon men that, aren't as successful as them and don't feel like they can bring them up? You don't see men doing that. If men did that, If men honestly did that, a lot of women would not be in successful relationships. A lot of women that you guys look up to. A lot of women that you guys look up to, that you like, that you read about them in the blogs or you see them on Instagram, they would not be, they would not have a following. They would not be, be popping right now, because they would be no high value man, putting them on that pedestal, bringing them up from the muck. But we frown upon, when women, bring men up. I don't like that. I don't like that. I think that's a very big double standard. I don't think it's fair. And Shotzi says, because men can't handle it. I disagree. I disagree. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a woman bringing a man up and giving a man a shot. Men do it all the time. Like, honestly, a man does not care about that. Like, a man that's like a millionaire, a billionaire. If a woman is attractive, she could be, working at the 99-cent store. She could be working at Payless, helping some old lady find the right shoe size. He don't care if she's attractive, if she's willing to work with him. He will upgrade her if he has to. He will put a ring on it if he has to. But we got to stop shaming women that, they see a dude that's on that's not as financially stable. He may have potential. He may, become something. Maybe he needs that woman that's going to, invest in him, that's going to bring him up. I don't find a problem with that. But in terms of Darius's brother, he is throwing it out there that it's a possibility. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But he is throwing it out there that she may be abusive. Now, I want that to be added to the evidence pile, because she's throwing out these allegations that Darius, he put hands on her, he did this and he did that. We have to throw the fact that she may be abusive as well. Now, let's get to Keke Palmer's mother. I think it's of critical importance that we get to Keke Palmer's mother, because she came in. Shotzi says, it's different. Women don't carry ego. I disagree. Women do carry ego. Everything about women is ego. Everything, like, let's be honest, Shotzi. You don't think everything with women is ego? Everything about women, women, they're very materialistic. They want to be seen. Women want to be seen. Let's not act coy. Women want to be seen. Women want to be validated. These are the things that women want. Women don't date down. That's all ego. All of that's ego. All of that's ego. A man can swallow his ego. A man could, we see it all the time. I could throw one relationship out there right now. A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. You don't think that man broke his ego? He understood that he's dating a $1 billion woman. He understands that he's dating a businesswoman. He plays his role. He knows that Rihanna wants kids, right? Rihanna don't necessarily want to be married, because she knows that if she marries him, it's kind of like a bad look for her, because if she marries him, there's a chance that he may, divorce him. He may run off with, $500 million. So he plays his role. He understands I can't marry her. But, she wants to have children. We can have children. He's broken himself. You don't think that if he was dating another woman, a model, another IG model or whatever, you don't think that he would have been married that woman by now? You don't think that he would have had kids and a marriage by now? He had to break himself. He had to humble himself. So we see men, swallow their ego. But when women get in these relationships and they're high value, or they make a lot of money, they're the ones that can't swallow the ego. They're the ones that, can't, let it go, or just, find a good man that necessarily isn't making as much as them. And, they're the ones that can't break the ego, in my opinion. But let's get to Keke Palmer's mother. Keke Palmer's mother, she wanted to clap back at Darius's brother's quote that he wrote and tweeted. So let's get to what she said.
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter the ridiculous stuff that he's posting when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter. And he said, well, I used to be like that too. What?
See, they're throwing abuse allegations on each other because you have Sharonis, which is Darius's brother. He's throwing abuse allegations on Keke. He's saying that she's abusive. She's manipulative. Now you got Keke Palmer's mother coming to the aid of her daughter, which you can't knock her for doing. And she's saying she went directly to Sharonis, which is Darius's brother, and told him that your brother is an abusive man. You need to talk to him. And she's claiming that Sharonis said, yeah, I used to do that too. That's what she's claiming. Let's continue.
So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy when we know he's the biggest in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy.
Tell him, Big Mama.
No, you're a boy and you're a part of the problem.
Let's play that one more time.
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is I can't help myself.
Big Mama had enough.
For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter the ridiculous stuff that he's posting when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis.
So she's claiming that she claimed to him and said that, he's been abusive. This is Keke Palmer's mother. Shotzi says, why go to his brother? I agree. Why not go to the mother, right? Why not go to... It sounds kind of fishy. It does sound weird to me. You're right. And now that I'm thinking about it, you're right. Why go to the brother? Mostly, mostly when two people are dating, right? When they're that serious, you got to think. These two have a kid together. It's not like, they're just dating. These two have a kid together. Why is she going to the brother? Why is she not going to the mother? Why is she not going to the father? Right? Parent to parent. Why is she going to the brother? That does make sense. You're right. So that seems kind of weird. Is she just, trying to stay face for Keke? Is she just trying to put up for Keke? Shotzi also says her mother knew and allowed this. Are you alleging that Keke Palmer's mother knows that her daughter is an abusive woman? Are you alleging that? That may be a possibility. Maybe Keke Palmer mother, right, is just trying to stay face and trying to stop the circus from coming to town, if you will. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's just trying to, stay face and, she doesn't want, for it to go out and, let the media, the TMZs, the media circus and cling to that rumor that it's a possibility that Keke Palmer was an abusive woman to her boyfriend. But let's continue.
Over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter. And he said, well, I used to be like that too.
Now, let me say something right quick, right? Let me say this right quick. Now, I think this is kind of weird. Now that you said that, Shotzi, you got me thinking now. You got my antennas up. I ain't gonna lie. You got my antennas up. Now, I know black women, right? When if a black woman finds out, a black mother finds out that her daughter is, getting backhanded, getting slapped up, getting abused, right? I would think that mother would go directly to that man or go directly to that mother or to that father. Am I incorrect in that? Why would she go to the brother? That's very peculiar. That's very weird. Why would she not? Like, black women are bold. Black women will jump right in a man's face, respect to them, or due respect to black women out there, but a black woman will hop directly in a man's face. You abusing my daughter? You put your hands on my daughter? Is this what you're doing to my daughter? Like, oh, she would go directly to that man. Why is she claiming that she went to the brother? That's very peculiar. That's very weird. Is she intimidated by Darius? Or is she caping for Keke? Does she know, allegedly, shout out to Reese, shout out to Reese, does she know that her daughter can't keep her hands to herself? Does she know her daughter has an attitude problem? Does she know her daughter has a temper? That's something to think about. That's something to add to the evidence pile. Let's continue.
What? So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy when we know he's the biggest in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women just like his little brother. He taught his...
Shotzi says, my stepfather hit my mom. My grandmother took a knife to him. Exactly. We know women, you know, if you're hurting their baby, if you're hurting their child, if you're hurting someone that they love, they're, you know, if they're a mother, they got that mother instinct, they will hop directly in that person's face. That's, you know, hurting them. So yes, I do find that very weird that, you know, why would she go to the brother? Either, you know, she's caping for her daughter, you know, and trying to, you know, make it seem like, oh, my daughter, she's not like that. But she really is like that. She has a temper. She has a problem. She has a problem keeping her hands to herself. And that's the issue. Yeah, I agree. Shotzi says her mother is weird. You know, and you got to think she's one of those Hollywood mothers. You know, she's one of those Hollywood mothers, or Holly weird mothers, if you will. She's not the, you know, the prototypical black mom. Hypothetically, she's been, you know, she's probably, you know, Keke Palmer has been in Hollywood since she was a little girl. So Keke Palmer's mom is not necessarily your prototype black mom. She's a Holly weird mom. You know, she's been putting this young girl, Keke Palmer, in, you know, movie roles, TV roles since the, you know, the young age of, I think maybe Keke Palmer had to be 6 years old when she first got her start. Maybe 6, 7, 8, maybe in her young years. So this is a Holly weird mom. This is not necessarily the prototype black mom. So we have to add that.
His brother had to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy.
So she's claiming that the brother pretty much taught him this criminality. The brother taught him how to be an abusive man to his wife. That's what she's alleging. She's not, you know, because Saronis, Darius's brother, he's saying that, you know, pretty much she's the abusive one. She's the manipulative one. Now, two can be true, you know, because, you know, the thing is, and I'm going to say this, and, you know, this might be a little controversial, but, you know, this might be a little controversial, but in terms of abusive relationships, not all, I don't want to generalize abusive relationships, but a lot of times in abusive relationships, it's, you know, it's not just coming from one side. It's not just the man just, you know, swinging his fists and slapping a woman and, you know, doing all these things. Sometimes it's mutual. Sometimes it's that woman slapping him across the face, punching him in the chest, punching him in the face, violating him. And I'm not saying that was the case in this scenario, but I am saying that does happen. That dynamic does happen. And if Darius's brother Saronis is saying that she's abusive, and then we have Keke Palmer and the mother saying he's abusive, then maybe it's a possibility that it was mutual. Maybe both of them have been swinging a fist. Maybe both of them have been slapping one another. You know? She's trying to shout out to Shotzi. She is trying to pin the blame on the brother. She's trying to make it seem like the brother is responsible for everything. She's saying that, yeah, the brother, when she went to the brother and told him, oh, why is your brother, like, hitting my daughter, yada yada yada, he said, oh, I used to be like that. Now that doesn't sound even right. Why would he admit that he's an abuser himself? That just sounds kind of weird as well. Just, I don't know. I'm not really buying her story. I gotta be honest, I'm not really buying it. I'm not really believing what she's saying. I think it's a mixed bag. I think that, it's feasible to think that, it's possible that they both have been, possibly, allegedly, shout out to Reese, that they both been hitting one another.
No, you're a boy and you're a part of the problem.
All right, Big Mama. But like I said, we have to realize that, did she push him? Did she push him? Like I said, did she push him? Because I think that it's a possibility. I mean, listen, let's go back to that humble night at the Usher concert. It was a beautiful night. Usher was singing his songs. He played "There Goes My Baby," there she goes, there she go. He played that. He played "Burn," gotta let it burn, gotta let it burn, gotta let it burn. He was playing all the hits. And she messed up. She was living with Darius at the time, right? She left that house. Look at the screen. Look at what she's wearing. Look at what she's wearing, ladies and gentlemen. This is a woman that's spoken for. This is a woman that just had a baby. This is a woman in a relationship. Look at what she's wearing. Most men would have a problem with that. They would have a very big problem with that. Shotzi says, can we agree it's sad a child's involved? Absolutely. I agree that it's sad that a child's involved in that. I mean, any situation where it's abuse being, alleged, and on any side, whether it's from the mother or whether it's from the father, I think that's a sad situation. And I think it's a sad situation that, ultimately, because what people are really going to say about this whole story is that Usher is the reason that these two broke up. That's going to be the story, because that was the whole genesis of the problem here. In the beginning, when these two were dating, we didn't hear no negative press about these two. We never heard about a police report or domestic disturbance at a house or anything like that. They looked like they were in love. They looked like, they just had a baby. They're having a good time. They're enjoying one another. And then just that one fateful night, she decides to go to a Usher concert. She probably was strutting outside that. She probably was strutting around the house. I'm going to the Usher concert. And I'm sure he looked over her. That's what you wearing? Any man would feel like that. Any man that's in a relationship would feel like that. He would feel compelled to feel like that. Shotzi says, my husband would have flipped out on me. Absolutely. You leave the house, you got your booty, you got the booty meat hanging out the left side, hanging out the right side. And then let's be honest, she went to the concert, she was acting like an absolute groupie. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it for real. This is the tea sipper special. Let's talk about it. She was acting like an absolute thought. An absolute loosey-goosey, if you will. She just strutting around at the concert, just, there goes my babe. She just dancing with Usher. It's just like, where's the respect for your man? Where's the respect for your baby daddy? Where's the respect for the man that you decided to lay down with and procreate? That's the issue here. And this is the genesis of the problem, because when people talk about this relationship, when people, really examine what happened, they're gonna say, well, this was the genesis. You leaving the house in your little Catwoman outfit, strutting around the crib, and deciding to leave and act a fool at the concert. They're gonna say this is the antithesis of what happened. Shotzi says, I like you. I will subscribe and understand where you are going. It's I gotta go. Shout out to Shotzi. Shout out to you, Shotzi. Thanks for subscribing. Salute to you. But yeah, I mean, she was acting a fool. Keke was acting a straight up fool that night. No respect. No type of, goof, if you will, when it comes to the man that she decided to lay down with and procreate. Come on here. Let's have some respect for the man that you chose to lay down with. And, in regards to, let me put this up as well. And listen, they're a beautiful couple. They're a beautiful couple. They look good together. But, why did she find it okay? Why did she find it, a joke to go on a whole tour where she decided to violate him? I mean, she did interviews talking about how, it was like, a lot let's talk about this. A lot of women were on her side. A lot of women were, championing her, saying, yeah. Oh, he ain't got no money. He better play his role. Like, women was really like playing him. And Keke Palmer was allowing that narrative to happen. She didn't come to the aid of her man. When all those women that were championing Keke Palmer for putting Darius in his place, she allowed that to happen. She allowed that tidal wave to happen. Now, I will agree that he was wrong by putting that out on Twitter. He should have never wrote that on Twitter while he was chastising his wife. He was wrong for that. He should have done that. He should have waited for her to get home and handled it when she came home. He shouldn't have put his woman on Front Street. That's where he messed up at. But she allowed the narrative to continue. She continued to push the buttons. Let me pull up that Usher video. Let me just pull that up real quick. Where she's in the Usher video, ladies and gentlemen. Like most women, when they get in an issue with their man, they decide to sit down. Exactly, Reese. Humiliation ritual. That's what it really was. She put her man on Front Street. She continued to humiliate him. It's almost like a tar and feather him for the whole masses to see. Why couldn't she sit down? Why couldn't she work on her relationship? She decided to go on stage and say, I don't need a man. All I need is a bag. She decided to go, to a Usher music video and, to be like the video vixen. Why? Why couldn't she sit her behind down and work on her marriage with her husband? No. Let me actually look up that video. Hold on. What's the name of that video? I gotta find this video of her and Usher just acting a fool. Most women, like I said, would sit down. They would understand that, listen, my man, he had a really bad problem with, seeing me at an Usher concert dressed provocative. Most women would understand that. They would sympathize with their man. They would understand. But she was like, nah, I don't really care. She didn't care that her man felt away. She didn't care that her man was saddened. And ultimately that might have been the reason why it got to that point where they're, allegedly abusing one another, where they're allegedly putting hands on one another, where they're allegedly doing these things. Was the man taken to an edge? Let me put this video up. So let's look at the context of this video here. I've never watched this video. I've never watched a video with her and Usher, but we're going to take a little gander at it. Just to see what's going on in the video. This is the video. I'm not gonna play the audio because I don't want to turn this into something else. But this is the video, Is it really shaking like that? I mean, she hasn't had a movie since what? The Aaliyah, Spelling Bee, whatever that movie was. She was in that movie with Jordan Peele. Nope. Nobody watched it. Nobody talked about it. Came and went. I mean, come on now. But she's in this video, possibility that, you know, it's been on both sides. And, you know, the proof is in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, y'all could do what y'all want, you know, with the proof. I will. This video will be evidence that, you know, she poked the bear. And, you know, a lot of women, they're going to be talking about this story. They're going to be giving their 2 cents on the story. But let's be honest with you. Let's be honest here. She poked the bear. And I'm going to say this. In terms of her poking the bear, we're not saying that she deserved what happened to her. Was she, if she was allegedly, you know, abused by this man, she did not deserve that. But we have to put things in context. We have to look at the whole story here. This is a woman that mentally, and it goes to what, you know, Darius' brother said. He talked about her being manipulative. He talked about her being abusive. Now, we have to think about this too. You know, abuse can be multiple things. Abuse is not always someone balling up a fist and, you know, hitting you across the lips. Abuse is not always, you know, someone getting backhand slapped. That's not always abuse. Sometimes abuse can come to the way of mental abuse. Mental abuse. Was Darius' brother not talking about necessarily, you know, Keke putting a hand on him, but maybe mentally abusing him, mentally wearing him down? I mean, we see these tactics today. Look at Jada Pinkett Smith mentally abusing Will Smith, mentally wearing that man down. It's been 20 years since the death of Tupac Shakur. She's still fanboying over him. She's still acting like a groupie for Tupac after 20 some odd years after the man's untimely demise. So we see these things of women mentally wearing down a man, mentally abusing a man. Is it possible that Darius's brother was talking about that in that regard? I think so. I think it's a possibility. Exactly. I think it's a possibility because, listen, shout out to Reese. He says, real. You know, I think it's a possibility that she's wearing this man down. You know, she's very full of herself. I don't know if anyone's ever seen a video of them. I remember there was a video of them talking. They were at like some type of restaurant, and she kept saying, "Oh, you're so obsessed with me. You're so obsessed." She's very full of herself, and you know, she's full of these like new age, you know, feminist ideologies, you know, the Hollywood ideologies. She's full of herself. She's very narcissistic. If anyone's ever told her that, she's very narcissistic. She's very full of herself. And she, in my opinion, doesn't seem like she really cared about Darius's feelings in regards to that. And to her, you know, dressing provocative. Does Darius own your body? No. Should Darius have some type of, you know, power over you and telling you what to do? You know, hypothetically, no. But you are in a relationship with him, Keke Palmer. Did you ever think about the man's feelings? Did you ever, you know, take into consideration that you are a woman that he loved and cared about, and you just had his baby, and he doesn't want a woman that he had a baby with that he loves, you know, out on Front Street with her tail feather out. We got the booty meat. She at the Usher concert with the booty meat. Slide to the left, slide to the right. She's dressed in a cat suit, for Pete's sakes. Let's put it back up on the screen here. Let's put it back up on the screen. She had the booty meat out. This is something, like, honestly, let's look at the screen. Let's look at the screen. This is something you're supposed to be wearing for your man. This is something you're supposed to be wearing for your man. This is like an outfit, y'all two. Maybe y'all want to have like a dinner at the house. You might make sure to throw something sexy on. This is something you're supposed to be wearing for your man. What did you decide to do, Keke Palmer? You said, nah. I'ma throw this on at the Usher concert. How selfish can you be? How full of yourself can you be? You not worried about the overall enjoyment of your man. You not trying to please your man. You not trying to have your man fantasizing about you in that cat suit outfit. You would rather sashay your stank booty behind to an Usher concert and let another man enjoy those booty cheeks. That's what happened here. And I think that she has been mentally wearing the man down for years. Reese says, got. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. She working with a little something back there. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I had a crush on Keke Palmer too. Keke Palmer is an attractive woman, but the thing about Keke Palmer is she has no respect. She has no respect. She has no respect for the man that she had a baby with. And if a woman doesn't respect you, because a lot of women, let's talk about it. A lot of women, when they make more money than you, they may be more accomplished than you, they might want to treat you like a Ken doll, right? Let me educate you young men on that. Because, I don't know if you ever dated a woman that, maybe a little more accomplished than you, may have more money than you, may have, things, maybe more popping in life than you at a particular time. But a lot of these women, they want to treat you like a Ken doll. They want to treat you like, like literally, because I've dated women that, were more successful than me, that were more accomplished than me. And what I always found about them, they always tried to downplay me. They always tried to belittle me. They always tried to, make me feel like I was, less worthy, right? It wasn't taking the time to uplift me. They was trying to belittle me. And I think that may be what had happened here. I think that because when this whole thing happened, a lot of women were on the side of Keke saying, oh yeah, he broke. He a broke dude. Oh, Keke Palmer, she's a big movie star. She makes all this money and yada, yada, yada. That's what women were saying. That's what women are saying. That's what women think of this man. They think he's worthless. He's just a Ken doll. He's just some man that for her to put in her pocket, put in her little purse. She take his balls and put them in her little pursey, and tell the man, hey, listen, calm yourself down. Go take a nap. I'm going to this Usher concert in this provocative outfit. You shut your mouth. I'm out of here. That's what these women thought of this man. And when you date, women like this, that may have, things that are, that may be a little more accomplished than you, that may be more, having things going to you. You have to overall let these women know that at the end of the day, I am the man. I don't care how much you make more than me. At the end of the day, you have to lay on your back and receive the tool. And you are going to act accordingly. If you want my last name, I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you're running a Fortune 500 company. I don't care if you're a movie star. I don't care. At the end of the day, you want my last name. You want my seed, right? You want the ring. So at the end of the day, act accordingly, woman. Act accordingly. Because a lot of these women will treat you like that and belittle you. Make you feel like you're lesser than, just because they make more money than you, just because they're more accomplished than you. When in reality, a relationship is about working together. It's about being a team. It's not about, if men had that, attitude, just like when Shotzi was talking about, shout out to Shotzi. She was saying that men have bigger egos than men. I disagree. I think women have bigger egos. Because I see men in today's society breaking themselves. I see men like, A$AP Rocky, like I said, breaking himself. He's with a $1 billion woman. He has to act accordingly. I see guys like Ben Affleck. He's with a $1 billion woman, J-Lo. He's been acting accordingly. So, men could work within the system. Men could, they could work within the system. But can a woman do it? Can a woman break herself? Can a woman, put her pride and her ego aside and work with that man to their ultimate goal, whether it be a marriage or whether it be, starting a family or having a child? Can a woman break herself? We don't see that too often. We see a lot of these women, prideful individuals. Don't want to take it on the humble. Don't want to put their ego aside. And that's what we're dealing today. That's what we're dealing with today in Western society, in the Western world. But overall, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about this whole Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson going through their issues. She's filing a restraining order against a man and looking for sole custody of the child. Oh boy. But I just felt like it was important to talk about this. Critical importance, but I want to give a shout out to Reese. I want to give a shout out to Shotzi. I want to give a shout out to all the mods. I'll see you guys on another stream, man. I hope you guys have a blessed night. We out of here, man. Toodles.
These studies acknowledge me, honestly, put the seat back in the Odyssey, Odyssey alone, mama wanted something to swallow me,
Welcome to the Check-in Report. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel today.